Welcome to Platform Analytics Academy session on September 3rd. Happy to see you all here. I think people are still trickling in, but we'll go ahead and get started for the sake of time. Quickly, I'll kind of go through the same logistical information that I always do. Maybe there we go. All right. So as usual, this is always for you, fresh ideas, better understanding, and practical guidance. Obviously, we'll get a lot of that today based on what's new in Zurich, PA, and UXA. So super excited about that. This is being recorded. It'll be out in the community probably later on this week, early next week, depending on when I get the recording. So understand that it'll be in the community and also on YouTube. Q&A. Please ask questions. Feel free to ask questions. If you can utilize the Q&A rather than the chat, that will be super awesome for us. We do have other panelists that are on the call outside of the ones that are actually presenting. So some of the answers may be able to be typed. If we have questions that are relevant to where we are in the content, we may stop and ask the presenter the question and go from there. But like I said, please ask those questions in the Q&A if you can, rather than the chat. Chats are great for hello and general comments, but all questions in the Q&A. Safe Harbor. So obviously important today. We are talking about Zurich, although Zurich is coming here shortly. But please keep this in mind as you're listening to the content and seeing the content today. So as usual, my name is Thomas. I am the host. We have Mike on who's going to present. Shushma and Stav is going to present as well. She'll be here shortly. And we have some panelists as well that are coming in. I believe we have Olga and Oriel here. Marco may or may not, and Kalia and Serena may show up as well, but just a few of the names that will be here today. And today we're going to talk about what's new in Zurich as it relates to platform analytics and user experience analytics. A couple weeks ago, we talked about analytics management, which is obviously analytics based as well, but it deserved its own session. But today we're going to talk about platform analytics. So with that, Mike, I think you're going first, right?
Yeah, you're correct. I hope everyone can hear me well.
We can
Last
hear
time I
you.
had some
Yep.
issues. Cool. Nice. I will take over the screen here.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Academy session about what's new in Zurich. And for everyone who doesn't know me, I'm Mike Schlamann, inbound product manager, and I will talk specifically about data visualizations today. And I would say let's jump right into it. The first thing of two that I will be sharing today is, in my opinion, a really amazing feature that we are bringing to Platform Analytics. It's coloring of dashboard headers and titles. Many of you know this from Core UI, and we are bringing this now to Platform Analytics Experience. You can now really customize your headers and titles on all your dashboard elements, however you want them to look, to make really a unified look, make it your own, brand it how you would like it, and kind of achieve a clear and cohesive design, right? Then, and that is a rather slight different thing that we have introduced now. We really focus on accessibility, apologies. And we have built in accessibility checks to keep your dashboards really readable and inclusive so everyone can kind of enjoy them. And the other thing is we have also taken care of theming support. There's, however, a slight exception when custom colors are supported, and I will let something fly in here. I will show this in the demo as well. But this is kind of where you are selecting the colors, and you can see there's a second tab called custom, and when you select the color from there, theming will not be supported. But if you select something from the recommended color palette, theming, so switching to the dark theme, will be supported in terms of a variable color will be applied. And then I think very important, once you're migrating from Core UI to Platform Analytics, your dashboards are keeping the customizations you have created in Core UI. So you have really a seamless migration and transition. Then my second point, and also very, very exciting, you can now report on external data via Workflow Data Fabric and zero copy connectors. And that is available to all of you who are on Yokohama patch 7. So if you're on Yokohama patch 7, you can report on Workflow Data Fabric. And the best thing is really that you can configure the visualizations in the same way that you are used to. So whether you use an internal table, like the incident table or problem table, task table, with a Workflow Data Fabric table, it's exactly the same. You don't have to learn anything new. Also, you can really combine an internal and a Workflow Data Fabric table in the same visualization to kind of gain even more insights. And as you can see here in the screenshot, how are you differentiating Workflow Data Fabric tables from, let's call them normal tables, um, currently with the prefix df underscore, and they are listed just in the table category. So either by search or by browsing through the category itself. There is one small caveat here. Real-time update. The real-time update configuration is not supported and will not be supported for Workflow Data Fabric. And with that, I would jump right into the demo. And let me set this up here. And there we go. So you all know the dashboards, how they're currently looking, kind of tris and not much going on here in terms of color. And that's how it can look. So very colorful. I've obviously not branded it like to a specific company or to ServiceNow. So it's very colorful right now. And you can do whatever you like, right? So maybe you want to highlight on a strategic dashboard, a certain visualization that it's good, bad, or okay, or you just want to visually differentiate them. And as you can see, I have here also just a, rich text element that I have just colored to act as a separator. But also when I scroll down further down, you can see on the list component, it also works, or even on a process mining map as well. Then let me just show you how you can change this. So you will go to edit, and let's say I just want to change this to be green as well. I would go into the header and border section. And one important thing is you have to have the show header toggle enabled, I guess obviously, because otherwise there is no header and title. So once you enable this, now it's back to the default. And you can click on the header background color, and I want to change it to green so I can browse through the recommended colors. As I said, these are themable. And then I will select the green color, click apply. And now you're noticing, oh, this is very difficult to read kind of already, right? So you would go into the title color, and you can see here that we have the accessibility checks in place. So the contrast ratio really tells you, oh, warning, it's not accessible, or the contrast ratio is not enough. And instead of just clicking through all the options and figuring out, okay, I need to select white, yeah, you can just toggle it on, and then the color that fits the best is recommended here, and you can click apply. Then I'll go into this again and show you the custom tab. So I can select any color here, really. It doesn't really matter. And that's also, by the way, when you are migrating your dashboards, that's where or how your colors will be selected. They will all live in the custom tab. So let's say I'll choose this one, and I will just save. And I will switch to the dark theme. And the difference is barely visible right now, I think, in my examples, but you you will see a slight difference in color. So this green color is slightly different than it was in the light mode, and the purple stays exactly the same. I will switch back to the default, and we'll show you once how this looks like for other dashboard elements. And then I will move on to workflow data fabric. Let's give that a moment here. I haven't clicked. Good. There we go. Cool. Then I will click on edit. And as I said, I have these elements in the middle here as dividers. And you can see they have also now the header and border section and are similarly set up. Also, one thing that I just noticed, for example, if you don't have a chart title, then you can also obviously not set the title color, and once you add it, it will appear. So that was the demo for colors. And now let me switch back to, or move to the Workflow Data Fabric demo. I have created a very simple dashboard just showcasing you with a couple of visualizations how it looks like. As you can see, very almost, well, exactly similar actually. And you can see that I can drill down and it will go to the list. Okay, well, let's show it here. There we go. So as you all used to, and I will go into the edit mode and just show you how you can set up a new single score visualization based on a Workflow Data Fabric table. So as I said, if I input df underscore, you can see all the tables that are on Workflow Data Fabric. And obviously, they are also appearing in the suggested area. Then well, you can select any table that you like and also add any custom condition. So that is also exactly the same. Here you have the preview at the source, and then it will simply load. You can format your values. So really nothing new. Also, applying colors is no issue. And yeah, this will give you a lot of possibilities to bring data together. And I was also saying that you can mix and match the Workflow Data Fabric tables with, for example, a regular incident table. Just showcasing this here. So there you go. Now the data set is a bit odd here, but you can see incident table is also rendered on the same visualization, and you can select your group bys individually and as well as your turn press, of course. Yeah, that's my demo. Thank you so much for listening. And yeah, if there are any questions, I will ask them in the Q&A or maybe now.
Yeah, I got a couple that I flagged to answer live, and then once Shushma goes, you can look back through the list and see if there's any that you can type.
Sure.
But are the title header color capabilities only available in Zurich, aka 7.x versions, or does the capability backport to 6x versions?
No, that will not backport, only in Zurich.
Okay, all right. And let's see, what was the other? So, does Workflow Data Fabric require RaptorDB or RaptorDB Pro?
It requires RaptorDB Pro.
Okay, great.
Um, if that was not correct, please correct me, but I'm very sure.
Okay. And you see, are there any other that was about? No, I think that that's good. No, I appreciate it. I
Cool.
think some of these other ones may be even answered by Shushma, but please check the list whenever she starts. Yep. Shushma, you ready?
Yep.
Hi everyone. I'm Sushma Shekhar, inbound product manager based out of India. I'll be covering the new list component and the export enhancements that we did in Zurich release. Simple list is one of the mostly used data visualization components across multiple customers. And we have had some kind of pain points and issues with respect to that. Specifically, not having a unified header configuration, data source configuration, and the option to add alternative group wise and also export capabilities of the list and some of the functionalities like personalization, sorting, these were kind of majorly not addressed in the simple list component that we had earlier. And it was kind of challenging for process owners and business owners to efficiently use a list within reports and dashboards. With the new list component we have built, these all of the pain points will be addressed. And we are also handling the migration of the simple list to this new list component seamlessly via auto migration. So whenever the simple list is loaded for the first time and in the Zurich instance, the it will be automatically converted to the new list components and all your configuration will be kind of preserved. And it also gives new capabilities like export, additional group by filtering of the list. I'm sure some of you had questions in Q&A that I saw with respect to these. So I will be demoing these functionalities and configuration, various configurations with respect to pagination, columns and rows, etc. And you also saw what Mike presented, right? The header configurations. So we have also inculcated the unified header configuration, which we can change the colors, etc. So these are all new capabilities with respect to the list functionality. From Zurich release, you will not be able to see the option of simple list. Rather, you will just see the option of list in the dashboard, inline dashboards, and visualization designers, visualization builder. The other capability that I want to cover today is the export functionality with respect to PNG and JPG for data visualizations. We have introduced the export capability of the dashboards and visualizations of Next Experience in Yokohama. But if we want to export individual visualizations, we are giving this option to save as PNG and JPG in Zurich release. This was one of the core UI gaps that we are addressing, and this is a client-side export. And one major call out here is that the PNG and JPG exports are not supported currently in scorecards, lists, pivots, and calendars, but those support other export functionalities for those specific components. With that, I will go ahead and give the live demo for these functionalities. I hope you are able to see my dashboard that I have created for the demo.
Yeah, we can see it.
All right, let me go into the edit mode. So this is a new list functionality that we have added. So in the add new element, earlier we were having simple list, but now that is replaced with the list component. And we have all the different configurations. The color change that Mike just demoed and all these configurations with respect to header applies here as well. And we have also implemented the unified data source configuration similar to the other data visualizations. We can modify the data source here, and the experience is kind of similar to all the other data visualizations we currently see. One major enhancement when compared to the simplest is this alternative group by. So we currently have this group by functionality for model category that I have already configured. But if you want to add more than one group by option, that can be supported in this list. So if you go and click on add alternative group, and let me just add state group by state and apply. Let me quickly save it. I'll just exit the edit mode. In the three dot menu of the header, we can see this option appearing, show change group by. So if we click on this, we can actually change the alternate group by like state, or if you don't want any group by, then we can click on none. And if we don't want to show it, then we can as well hide change group by configuration here as well. The other main functionality here is personalized column. I'm sure a lot of the customers were keen on having this functionality, specific to having a personalized list view for the user logging in. So if I change this configuration and apply any new columns here and add apply, this will be stored in the user preferences, and anytime the user logs in, he would be seeing the personalized list view apart from rather than the one that we have in the configuration. We also have some of the presentational changes like displaying or configuring columns and rows. So earlier, when we used to edit or configure the columns and rows, it used to be a single select, and it used to be very painful for users to individually add the columns. Now we have updated it to a multi-select component, so users can easily see these and apply multiple fields at the same time and apply the configuration for the users. And we can also have the maximum numbers set, displays, number of columns we want to display. All of these configuration is kind of supported with this new list component. There is option to like configuration to hide or show those personalized columns, drag and drop feature, column resizing, all of these with respect to presentation, and the display setting as well. Like if we want to enable the links or pagination, for example, so we can allow view all and have that view all along with the pagination as well, or just have the list pagination. By default, we have allowed the list pagination here. And with respect to export, we have kind of given functionality of export in the header of the list for the visualizations within the dashboard, and as well as in the visualization designers we can export it to multiple formats. So we have actually added CSV format export. That was also one of widely asked functionality, to export list into CSV. So we have enabled the CSV export as well as the scheduling of the CSV export of the list functionality. So we can click on download, and it will download the CSV file. We have this CSV file, and similarly the other formats that we have kind of enabled it previously as well. And with respect to save as PNG and JPG, so these are some of the other visualizations that I have in this dashboard. So if we go into the three dot menu of the time series graph or even pie charts, bar charts, we will see this save as PNG and JPG. And as soon as I click on save as PNG, this item is saved and I can open quickly. So the name of the header of the visualization is the name of the file that is stored here. So this is how it will look. And the header of the visualization will be the name of the file here. And similarly, the JPG would also work in a very similar format. with the respective extension. But the only thing is, especially for scorecard and lists and pivots, as I had mentioned earlier, we currently don't support this functionality for Z release. So that's it from my end for today. I'm open for any questions.
There's a few questions maybe you can answer. The one is, can you show the scheduled export as well?
Sure.
Please.
It is same as the general, like how we do scheduling for the dashboards and visualization. We have added the CSV and the Excel formats. These formats were supported earlier. The new format is CSV, and we can add all the details with respect to when we want to have the recurrence and add the recipients and everything. So this is similar. The only addition here is the CSV format.
And Sushma, real quick, that can be done on indicator data as well, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So for the indicator scorecard, you can also export it and it will work the same?
Indicator scorecard, we can export it into PowerPoint, but not in the CSV. Currently, CSV is only supported for the list.
Okay. Thank you.
Will the data visualizations allow for sorting and personalizing columns on the list view? I believe you showed that, correct?
Yeah. Sorting is also possible. So if I click on this field, the function, like it will be sorted based on that specific field. And personalization, yes, I have already.
Yeah, you showed that. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. I'll ask this. I don't know if we necessarily know. Maybe somebody has it, but when will images be supported in list view and dashboards? Is that safe harbor in the future? Any discussions on that? Anybody know?
I haven't heard any discussion to support it generally in lists, no, and not in analytics list at the moment.
Okay, so maybe we'll have some discussion about it then, maybe. Is it possible to sort the list once grouped by in a data visualization like count, descending, ascending, that's currently available in the simple list view, but not in reports, Yokohama? So you just showed sorting, ascending, and descending, so that might essentially be the same thing, yeah.
Yeah, it can be done here as well, and in the data source configuration as well. If they want to have the sorting enabled while configuring, that can be done at the data source level as well as here.
All right, so thank you, Sushma. I appreciate it. We all appreciate it, actually. So maybe you can just start looking at some other questions that are there, perhaps, and do those. So next, we're going to talk about user experience analytics. So Stav, whenever you're ready.
Thomas, thank you. Let me just share my screen. So hi everyone, my name is Tav and I'm a product manager for the user experience analytics team. I'm going to introduce you to user experience analytics application, what is new in Z-Release. Some of you may already be familiar with the tool, and perhaps maybe attended some of the other sessions. But for those of you who are not, so a quick intro, user experience analytics is ServiceNow usage analytics platform. It provides insight into the usage, adoption, and performance of all the different assets that are available on the Now platform. You can think of user experience analytics as platform similar to Google Analytics or Adobe Analytics, but specially designed to offer a unique experience tailored for ServiceNow ecosystem. So if you are asking questions like how many users are engaging with the application, how many users are returning to the application, which pages are viewed the most, how many cases are being submitted through the application, and also what is the distribution of users across different countries, those questions can easily be answered with user experience analytics. So what is new on Z-Release? So we added several front-end changes. First one is around page analytics overlay. Basically, we added, of course, we will demo everything. So a page analytics overlay, it's page analytics panel that is enabled for both a portal UXF and Workspaces pages. We also have enhancements around UXA and platform analytics integration. We added pages, data objects. We support also for condition builder. We extended events data object to support also condition builder. And we also introduced support for global filters within dashboards. Also, it's not on the list, but we added the ability to drill down from a specific data visualization. Another thing we had is around the UXA dashboard enhancements. We added support, We added support for group by and stack by functionalities for users data object, and we added support for stack by functionality for sessions data object. I'll do the demo now. Okay, I hope you can see my screen.
We can.
So let's start with the page analytics overlay. So to trigger page analytics overlay, now we are on UXF pages and workspaces. So you will need to trigger the panel from this button. You need to click on this icon. Once you see this icon, you will get the page analytics panel. And as I said, this is in the release, we introduced this new page analytics panel. It will give customer direct insight from the application pages without the needing to navigate back and forth into UXA dashboard. Over the years, and many customers calls have emphasized the importance of these page level metrics, but often struggle to find the data they needed, especially when sometimes they didn't know even the exact page name. And this is pretty necessary to analyze the page metrics. So we wanted to address this, and we made it these insights more accessible for our users. As I said previously, up to Y release, these metrics were available, but only on UXA dashboard. So what you see here is pretty comprehensive metrics. We can see a number of page views for this specific page. Also, we can see the number of users that have visited this page during this time frame. We can see the average duration that users spend on this page, and also the average load time. We can also see top 5 events that were triggered in this exact page. You also have the possibility, let's spin it so it will be easier for us. You also have the possibility to click on Analyze with User Experience Analytics, and it will redirect you to UXA dashboard, and you can analyze more data objects or more pages, whatever you want. Of course, you can navigate to another pages, and you will see different data because it has different numbers. Let's see how it looks on portals, because it looks a bit different. On portals, you will see Open Analytics window. This is the icon, and it will trigger the same panel with the same metrics, but it will look a bit different. Next, we will see the enhancements for a UXA dashboard. Just a second. Oh, sorry. Okay. So the enhancements around UXA dashboards, as I mentioned, we added a breakdown analysis for users with group by and stack by option. So in this case, we can see the active users breakdown group by country, and we can add to the stack by option, for example, a department. I don't see any difference here. Let's select maybe something that is more interesting. Yeah, so we have a breakdown analysis for our users that group by country and stack by a browser. Great. So similar to this, we also added this support for sessions. In the Y release, we supported group by capability, but we added this stack by for the release. And again, we can see, for example, sessions breakdown analysis, again, breakdown hourly usage. It looks beautiful, a lot of breakdown. Great. Next enhancement is around platform analytics and UXA integration. So before our call, I created this dashboard. This dashboard contains only UXA metrics that you can see. I used only UXA data source to create this, and you can see the headers for each metrics on the top. So let's see what we added on the release. So I'm clicking on Add New Element, Data Visualization, New Visualization. A data source. And of course, I will select User Experience Analytics. So for the release, events was already exist as data object, but we added the capability to add custom conditions for this specific metric for event visualization. And also we added pages data objects. It was not exist in the past, only these three were exist, and we added a pages data object. So let's configure and create visualization for pages. So I will select a service portal application, and let's select randomly the catalog item or catalog home page. And on top of it, I want to add another condition. I will repeat what I want to see. I want to see the number of page views for service portal application, a number of page views for catalog home among returning users. I will click Edit Source. With your permission, I will change the date range so we can see data. And great, we can see the number here. I got the number of page views for catalog on page among returning users. Let me save it. And I want to show you another thing that we added. So as I mentioned before, we also added the capability to add global filters. So the returning user example was for this specific visualization. If I want to apply a certain filter for all these metrics, I can do it today on the release. So I'm clicking on Filter, Add New Element Filter, New Filter. I will select User Experience Analytics, and I'll get these filters. Let's select country, for example. I will apply it. And it means that for all User Experience Analytics visualization, this filter will be update all of my metrics. So I will save it. Let's exit editing mode and also apply this filter. So I will select, for example, Italy. And again, I can see the numbers that was updated based on this filter. Of course, on top of that, you can add more filters. Another capability that we added is the ability to drill down. For example, if I want to click on this specific metric, because this metric shows me the number of event, the KB views event occurrences. So once I click on it, I will be redirected to UXA dashboard, and I will see the results. And of course, from this, I can explore more. And with that, we ended our the enhancements. I just wanted to mention that next week we have a broader session for UXA. For UXA, it is going to be on Platform Academy, not on Platform Analytics Academy, and it's going to be on September 9th.
That's awesome. Could you maybe post that into the chat so everybody could grab that? That'd be awesome.
I can do that.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
And of course, if you have any more questions,
Yeah,
I'd love to
definitely some
answer.
questions. So let's see what we got here. So what are the requirements to get user experience analytics enabled for PA?
You only need a role of either analytics viewer or analytics admin. You don't need to do anything. It will appear immediately.
Okay. Let's see. Are you aware of a way to combine user experience analytics with process mining? We're trying to understand what our users' journeys per session on our employee center. We've considered taking data in transaction logs to a custom table and then using process mining to group these journeys. Is there any collaboration at all or future talks of it?
Just to understand, they are referring to a cross-application journey that from process mining you are moving to someplace else.
I think that what they're asking is to be able to use user analytics within process mining the way that you can use process mining with platform analytics.
So we track process mining out of the box. So again, they don't need to do anything. It's supposed to show on the dashboard. But if they meant that they want to explore some journey that starts in process mining and ends in a different application, this is something that we are not supporting currently.
Okay. We'll see if that answers Quentin's question or if he or she has a follow-up. Pravinya, if I said that right?
Yeah, it's Pravina.
There you go. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So I was asking this question, I was answered twice, but I just want to make sure I'm communicating what is the need. So in the list, this is for the list. I know you can edit like the metric label for certain group metrics, right? Is there a future consideration to be able to edit the labels for the columns that show up in the list? I'm not talking about like at the field level, right? I'm talking about the report level. If I'm creating a report for my users, I want to be able to go edit the label. The use case I always get into is there is a manager field on two tables, and when I dot walk, it shows up as manager, and it gets confusing for everyone. And that's my use case. I was wondering if there is anything down the lane in the backlog where you can literally like edit the label just for that report, right? I'm not going and doing it for everyone.
So for the full transparency, we tried it like 3 years ago. And we had the
Okay.
critical customers who communicate, like who said like, hey, we really need it. We did a limited access program and tried it. And we didn't like the solution because what happens is what people see, they see this field on the report, then drill down to the regular list or to the form, and they have a different label and they're confused. So we kind of know the problem, but we cannot find a solution which doesn't goes to the abusing and like mislabeling things, but solving the problem which you're explaining. We
Gotcha.
honestly couldn't find yet the solution, and we were thinking to actually have a better labels on the field level and find when you dot walk to show just like the shorter label or something. We're still looking into it. We don't have any clear roadmap for that to just allow. It's just very simple, like the technically very simple, just allow us to change. Just because of how drill down works and everything, we didn't really like this as a product solution because it
Gotcha.
was very misleading for a lot of customers.
Gotcha. Yeah, even if we can show the table name dot whatever, that would be helpful
Yeah,
too.
maybe like a better default
Yeah.
label for the dot walk fields because they can be
Yeah.
very like confusing or just the same
Yeah.
field.
Yeah, especially if
Right?
they're named the same. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's something that's actually a good idea, but just
Okay.
changing the labels is not something we look at. We will take it up, this idea. Yeah, we'll discuss it.
Thank you. Thank you. That's it.
All right,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much. Yeah.
Yep. Let's just see if we can get how many of these we can get. There's Quentin. He may have a follow-up question to his user experience analytics and process mining. Quentin?
Hey, Thomas, thanks. Yeah, I
Yep.
was just trying to expand on that question. Like, what we're really trying to do is understand our user's journey. So somebody comes and they come to the employee center, and then that path to X catalog item to a knowledge article, back to a catalog item, back to something else, and grouping those into various different buckets and seeing what the main kind of navigation journeys are. And we're trying to see process mining could potentially do that, but it needs a data source in some table. I'm not sure if there's some way in UX experience, like it's nice you can report on X number of hits on an article or a catalog item, something like that, but not that sequential, what happened first, second, third, and so forth.
Just to understand, it involves both employee center and process mining of a workspace, or you are talking only on a specific journey? So if it's a journey, this is something that is measurable. You can use funnels, funnel capability, funnel feature to measure it.
Within your UX experience, is funnels there? Is that accurate?
Yes, you can find it under analysis, conversion funnel, call it.
Okay, I'll search that. Thanks.
There's
Sure.
also
If you- Sorry. Go ahead, Samantha.
I was going to say there's also navigation paths is something where you can generally look at user journeys before building funnels.
Awesome. Thanks.
It's just like the funnels and the navigation paths will give you like the aggregated view of generally how users behave. If you have specific like concerns on specific user journey or like related, like what did this user do? Like you have a concern, you then can open the user details and you will have for specific user, you can see a really step-by-step exactly what this specific user do on the really very low details, or like which page they opened, which KB articles did they open, like what did they click, etc. The process mining, they're more like on they track the records, but not the user. So I don't think like process mining actually can do that. So you should like look into the more like on the user experience analytics. And then if there are some gaps, you can share the feedbacks and stuff with us on the user experience analytics.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Thank you, Clinton. Hugh, you had a question?
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Sorry about that. I had to unmute. So we're hoping to be able to go to, in one fell swoop over to the next experience, workspaces, etc. One of the items when we get to dashboards that we've seen, from feedback from users is like if we have a breakdown and we'll just say like incidents by assignment group, that we're able to see the legend, and then when they select if they want to go to a particular assignment group, right, and they select that user group or the assignment group in the legend, that it deselects it. So you could have we'll just say 30 assignment groups. You've selected the group that you're interested in, but it deselects it. And so with platform analytics, has there been a change in behavior? So rather than deselecting it and removing it from the visualization, it's keeping that group and removing all the others. Is there is there additional capabilities of select all, deselect all?
If you click on the legend, it should deselect the group. Or like if you have a bunch of series in the time series, if you click on the specific items, it should hide this item. I'm not sure if it doesn't.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Typically, when our users are selecting, like in the visualization, they see the group, assignment group, etc. They want to keep that group.
They want to actually focus on
the
it.
other way around.
Yeah. No,
yeah.
It's also because we're trying to migrate all the users to change drastically the behavior. It's always a scary thing, but it's a good idea. But no, we kept the same behavior as we used to have.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Hugh. Let's get this last one. So, Bim, if I'm saying that correctly, you had a question?
Hi. I created a data visualization using data source indicator. Later, I changed the indicator name, but in the data source of that specific data visualization, still the old name reflected. And when I edit, the new name is showing in the list. But when I go back to data source, It is only retaining the old name.
Yeah,
Okay, so I understand. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Mike.
yeah, no, for me that sounds like a defect we had, that renaming a metric or a data source is not reflected on the chart. Or for matter of fact on the legend. So that I cannot say this right now when it was fixed, but it was fixed.
Mhm.
I would guess Zurich. Maybe earlier, but 100% Zurich.
Okay. Thank you. And one more question, if I may.
Sure.
Okay. When I created a couple of tabs in the platform analytics dashboard, I try to move around the tabs. While doing that one, I noticed that visualization from other tabs have disappeared. It is happening not regularly. I tried a couple of times. Sometime it happens, sometime it will not happen. What might be the reason?
So are you saying that you maybe change the order of the tabs and you're
Yes,
dragging
yes.
them and changing them and then you're losing data visualizations when you do that?
Yeah, right. And I try to do other way, like if there is a possibility to edit the order of tabs, but it is disabled. Order of tab I cannot edit. I afraid I cannot do that one also.
Hmm. Um,
Maybe I can answer that. Order of the tabs you cannot edit that right directly on the raw data on the table, and the reason why is because next experience artifacts might have data in multiple tables. So if you go and mess with the tables directly with the data on the tables, you might break things, right? That's why some fields are disabled to edit directly on the table. Regarding the defect that you are saying, I never saw it, but if you could find a way to reproduce it, for sure, we will be very interested on fixing it. It sounds like a race condition, something in the browser, acting and
Mm,
going faster than it should, and then maybe, but it looks very, very strange because the state of the dashboard,
yes,
meaning the widgets and everything, is persisted in the browser and also in the backend in the database. So I would be very interested if you can reproduce it, because we will
sure.
fix it
I'll try to do
straight
that.
away.
yeah,
Sure.
and I sent you a independent chat. So if you can send that, maybe if you can record that, do a screenshot of that, perhaps if you're allowed to do that, and send that to me in an email so we can take a look at that. That'd be super interesting to see that happening.
One of the things that I cannot promise when it will happen, um, but the idea is at some point to have a rollback of changes in dashboards. So if you are editing something by mistake, you should be able to go back to the previous versions, having like versioning on dashboards. But of course,
Ah,
this is not for Australia. It's for the future, but that's in the roadmap, and that will help a lot in these very strange scenarios that you can reproduce only once every full moon.
yeah, that would be great help if I had that. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank
And
you.
if I reproduce, then I'll get back to you. Thank you so much.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I
Thank
sent you
you.
my email. Yep, thank you. Okay, so for the sake of time, let me go ahead and close out. So first, let me say that obviously there are a lot of questions that have went unanswered, and this has happened in previous sessions as well. And I know that I have said that we will get the answers to those questions, and we've had a little bit of time delay in getting the questions back, but just know that we are continuing to work on those, and even for previous sessions, we'll post the answers as much as we possibly can to the community event as well. So I'm going to go ahead and close out. So thank you to Mike, Sushma, and Stav, and then of course all of the other panelists here that are answering questions and collaborating on the answers that are given and all those things. So we obviously get more and more questions in all of these sessions. So I may need to have some internal thought about how maybe extending this a little bit or something, trying to figure something out because some really great questions, and I hate that we can't answer all of them. But thank you all that have contributed today. So we do have a Sway newsletter that is out there, and this will actually be in the community link as well. That'll, of course, give you some more information about Zurich and basically the things that you were seeing today that you can share with anybody else. You heard data snapshots, I think, talked about a little bit today. If you're interested in this, please check out this video. And if you are, as a customer, this is something that you're interested in, this is what would give you unlimited breakdowns. So if this is something that you are interested in, please reach out to me as well. And we can even do some independent sessions with you as a customer. If you are on Yokohama and have RaptorDB Pro to get unlimited breakdowns or data snapshots, please reach out to me and we'll try to get you an independent session so we can help you with that. If you need more help, obviously we have ServiceNow Impact. The Impact team has some great things that are out there. Obviously, ServiceNow University, formerly ServiceNow Now Learning, is out there. So training and certifications. And then there are expert services as well. So scan any one of these QR codes. But I'll make sure this is in the community event as well. And then in a couple weeks, we're going to talk about Now Assist Explore. Super excited about Olga showing that and discussing that. This is a really great feature that is out as well. And we will definitely want to help customers get to that as well. So once again, thank you all. We appreciate your time every 2 weeks. And we look forward to seeing everybody in 2 weeks. Thank you.